The Technical University of Munich, as the word implies, is hosted in Munich. However, the TUM School of Life Sciences is situated in Freising in Weihenstephan, just outside of Munich. And here you can see a picture of our campus. This is just a couple of the buildings. Actually, it's very much larger. Here in Weihenstephan, about 80 professors and about 4,000 students deal with the problem that we call One Health. So we have 3 research departments called Life Science Systems, Molecular Life Sciences, and Life Science Engineering. And those departments deal with all the main questions of our daily life right now, like climate change, all kinds of sustainability issues, food security, green infrastructure, and land use. And we always do this with a strong focus on molecular biology. You might not know the TUM School of Life Sciences, but you might have heard of the Technical University of Munich. We are one of the leading universities in Germany, Europe, and also worldwide. I just posted 3 international rankings. So we are frequently in the top 50 in worldwide university rankings. We have recently been named number 7 in Europe for most innovative universities. And also, we're very proud to be number 6 worldwide in global university employability ranking. So first of all, I want to introduce 3 of our international master courses that are exclusively taught in English. And they're also centered around the question of One Health, as I showed you in the first picture. So the first one is called Nutrition and Biomedicine. It's an interdisciplinary research and education course centered around questions of biology, biochemistry, with a strong focus on medicine, and also touches on food science. So it's really at the heart of these 3 fields, the nutritional science and also biomedicine. So the program was launched in 2012 and was the first program of its kind in Germany. As I said, it features nutrition-related diseases, the development, the prevention, and the treatment of those. And it very much focuses on everyday diseases that affect our daily life right now, like obesity, type 2 diabetes, gastrointestinal diseases, as well as cancer. It's a master's program. You receive a Master's of Science degree. That means also it comprises 2 years of studying and 120 credit points that you need to fulfill. So what can you do with the degree afterwards? Many of our students continue academic research, and they went on to different universities or Max Planck institutes to do a PhD. But many also reach out to industry and start a career in nutrition, food, pharmaceutical, or biotechnology companies. Many of them work in clinical trials, science communication, pharmaceutical consulting, or consulting in general, and other industries that deal with food. For example, quality management in food industry, food design, flavor research, or some even become a nutritionist. The second program that I want to touch on is called Sustainability, Sustainable Resource Management. And this one teaches you concepts and techniques for sustainable management of natural resources. It's also comprised of 3 fields: natural sciences, management skills take a large part of the curriculum, and it also teaches you a lot of social competences. As you can see here on the left, it also comprises a lot of field trips. It's very hands-on training, and it deals with 8 science topics that you can specialize on, like climate, air, or water, landscape management, management and protection of forest ecosystems, material and waste management, renewable resources, soil and soil management, sustainable agricultural value chains, wildlife and protected area management. So a lot of topics that are really hot right now and that should be important in the decades to come. So this program is a little bit older. It was launched in 2001, but it's one of our most successful programs actually. In 2006, it was named an official project of the UN World Decade Education for Sustainable Development. And it features knowledge about concepts and techniques for sustainable management of natural resources. It actually gives you the full spectrum of resource management, human, landscape, plant, soil, renewable resources, water and wildlife resources. And it's very, very international. So about 3/4 of our students come from abroad. So far we covered almost 100 countries and still growing. Again, it's a 2-year program and you receive a Master's of Science degree in the end. What are your job opportunities? Again, you can advise companies and organizations in the field of sustainable development, resource use and management. So there's a lot of jobs in companies recently for resource managers. Also the field of science, education, ecosystem protection and management are open to you. You will acquire a lot of social and intercultural skills just by getting to know your fellow students. And you'll receive knowledge of foreign languages, and our graduates work in private companies and businesses, environmental consultancy and information services, governmental, non-governmental organizations, national and international educational institutions, land use agencies and forestry, agriculture, and water management or conservation. The third program that we're really proud of that just started this year is called Agricultural Biosciences. And the aim is to secure the world's food supply and preserve natural resources while mitigating the effects of climate change. At the agricultural biosciences, as we define them, lie at the heart of biology. It's a lot of molecular biology, genomics, genetics, and biochemistry in this program. But it also touches on agriculture because the aim is to create crop and livestock that are highly suitable for changing climates, for example. And there's a strong focus on methods and tools here, statistical, molecular, and computational approaches. Also big data handling and quantitative data analysis are very important in this field here. So we try to implement key innovations in agricultural biosciences like genetics and genomics, for example. And it's based on efficient and environmentally friendly agricultural production. So the focus is, as I said, on crop and livestock production, and it's highly interdisciplinary. And there's always the awareness for societal changes and demands in the back of our heads in this program. So you'll touch on this as well. As I said, it's just launched this year. It's very innovative and interdisciplinary. And again, the key features are molecular biology research and quantitative and computational approaches for efficient and sustainable production of crops and livestock. Again, 2-year program, you'll receive a Master of Science degree. The job opportunities here are, well, we don't know yet because it just started, but we created the program because people with this kind of skill set are highly sought after on the international job market at universities and research institutes, or in the public sector, in biotech, breeding and life science companies. There's career opportunities in international organizations like the World Health Organization or agricultural organizations. And there's also a lot of new companies and startup companies in the field of biotechnology and companies that provide technologies or services to the agricultural sector. And those are the main branches that our students will work on in the end. So let me now switch gear a little bit and tell you about not only what we are going to teach you, but what the Technical University of Munich offers you to promote your own success as a young professional. So We call ourselves the Entrepreneurial University because we try to promote high-tech chances for our students and try to create a lot of spin-off companies from our university. And on this timeline, you see some of our more recent successes, as well as some of the founding successes of the university. You might have heard of the company Linde. It's one of the world's leading companies in industrial gas production and cooling. Dornier was one of the pioneers in plane production and air flight. More recently, Brain Lab is one of the leading companies in medical imaging, just founded by a student from the Technical University. Another company that was in the news a couple of years ago is called Silk. They produce spider silk fibers in a petri dish, basically, and those fibers are very strong and can be used for many different things. So to promote the success of these companies, the Technical University of Munich has a large network of academic enterprises in Munich, different universities. The Max Planck Society is there, Fraunhofer, Helmholtz Society, all major research societies located in the greater Munich area. But not only the academic network is very strong, we also have a strong startup network. Some of these companies are actually spin-offs from the university itself. So there's plenty of small and vibrant companies popping up left and right, that especially also in the bio sector, that need skilled workers, and we try to provide those. And then we also have a strong industry network, and the greater Munich area is basically one of the focus points of all kinds of industry in Germany. Many of those names here you will probably have heard of: Siemens, BMW, Wacker Chemie, Audi, SAP, Airbus Industries, just to name a few. So in Weihenstephan itself, we also promote the success of our students locally. We have two main institutions to do this. One is called Business Incubator, ICB, and this has been very successful in the last 10 years. And a bunch of companies actually started here. Right now, we are housing four companies. For example, Pieris is a biopharmaceutical company. They develop anticallins for diagnosis and treatment of life-threatening human diseases. XL Protein develops specific biopharmaceuticals with a special technique that extends their plasma half-life and to make them longer lasting in the body. Vertis is a research-oriented company in the field of functional genomics. They offer tools and strategies for analysis of bacterial and eukaryotic genomes, as well as transcriptomes. Or 4Gene is a company that develops and produces natural biotechnologically engineered activatable flavors and fragrances. And those four companies have really been successful in the market already. And just recently, we started something called Venture Labs, which is basically a large building where different labs can now start their own business. So far, two businesses have started here. One that I can talk of is called Farm Insect, and that has developed a technology to breed insect larvae as protein feed for farm animals. And these guys have just started like 2 years ago, and they've been really successful and got a lot of money from the government already to promote their business. So to finish off, our university is located in Munich. It's called, well, Munich is the capital of the state of Bavaria. So we are at home in Bavaria, but our students are very successful throughout the world. And Technical University tries to promote that by a worldwide network of offices, strategic university alliances, partner universities, and Erasmus exchange partners that try to promote your success not only locally in Bavaria, but throughout the world. And with that, I would be finished and be happy to take any questions that you might have.